Yo, what is going on, everyone? My name is Nick, or the Notorious Fantasy, and in today's video, I'm bringing you guys Week 9 quarterback rankings for fantasy football in 2020. In this video, I'm bringing you guys the top 20 quarterbacks for week number 9. I'm going to be discussing why I have them ranked where I do inside of my week 9 ranking. So before we can get into it, I'd like to ask that if at any point inside of this video that you end up enjoying, to please make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, because not only is it free, I put out content every single day to help you guys win that 2020 fantasy football championship. And real quick, I'd like to give you guys a quick word from my friends and my sponsor over at Drafters.com. Drafters.com offers a variety of fantasy football games as well as other sports on their website, but obviously here we mainly focus on fantasy football. One of my favorite games on here is the head-to-head matchup, mano-a-mano. You draft a player, then they draft a player, then they draft another player, and then you draft, and then you draft another player. It is pretty much like having a fantasy draft. That's exactly what it is, but it's one-on-one. They also offer 3-person drafts, 6-person drafts, 10-person drafts, as well as a rank-em game on Drafters.com. So if you guys would like to use promo code Notorious when you go ahead and deposit some money on the website, you get a 50% deposit bonus up to $100 and a 10 times rollover on that bonus to withdraw it. So make sure that you guys check out Drafters.com. You can even add me as a friend on there, Notorious FNTSY, and we can play some games this week. Drafters.com, code Notorious at checkout. And we are back. Let's get right into it. Week 9 quarterback rankings. We begin at number 1 through 12. At number 1, we have Paddy Mahomes going up against the Carolina Panthers. In this one, I expect Patrick Mahomes to lay the dookie down on the Carolina Panthers. Patrick Mahomes is one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, if not the best. And up against the Carolina Panthers, I expect him to be slinging the rock all game long. I think Patrick Mahomes is going to play well. The only issue is if they get up big, they just start running the ball a decent amount. But up against the New York Football Jets, we saw the complete opposite. They just stepped on the gas and fucking murdered them. So I definitely expect a big game out of Pat in this one. At number 2, we have Russell Wilson, Chef Russ, going up against the Buffalo Bills. And no one circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills. And I expect this one to be a tit-for-tat game. Seattle defense sucks cock. Buffalo defense, all right. Russell Wilson, the king of football. Josh Allen, the squire of football, maybe is what you would call him, because he's just all right. He's on a downturn, but he's going to rise back up like my cock in the morning on Sunday, because I know some football is going to be played, and Russell Wilson knows that football is going to be played as well, and he's going to ball up against the Buffalo Bills. He's been so good for fantasy football on a weekly basis. Why not assume he's going to ball out again here? Chef Russ on Sunday. At number 3, we have Kyler Murray going up against my Miami Dolphins. Now, I don't expect this one to be a cakewalk where he walks into Arizona is where the game's going to be played and just fucking rails the Dolphins. I don't think that's going to happen, but I think through the ground and through the air, he will be productive enough to grant himself a top 5 play in fantasy football this week. Regardless of the matchup, Kyler Murray has been balling, so I like him here up against the Dolphins defense that looks pretty promising. At number 4, we have Deshaun Eat W. Watson going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars in Jacksonville. If I'm being honest, had Gardner Minshew have played in this one, I think I would have had Deshaun Watson over Kyler Murray due to the fact that I feel like Gardner Minshew will be able to move the ball and actually score points. I have no fucking idea what Jake Luton is going to be doing for the Jacksonville Jaguars, but what I do know is that Deshaun Watson is pretty good against bad defenses, and this is a Deshaun Watson versus a bad defense game, so I got him at number 4. At number 5, we got Josh Allen going up against the Seattle Seahawks in this one. Again, like I just spoke about, Russell Wilson going to be cooking it up, balling out against them, so Josh Allen's going to have to crawl back into this one and play very well. If he doesn't play well, the Dolphins may potentially sniff up and potentially pass them. So this is a must-win game for Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. And I think that Josh Allen goes out there and plays pretty well up against the Seattle Seahawks, even in a losing effort, because I think the Seattle Seahawks will win. At number 6, we have, call me Miss Jackson, Lamar Jackson going up against the Indianapolis Colts in this one. Lamar Jackson looked like absolute dog shite up against the Pittsburgh Steelers last week. He was getting fucking thrown picks left and right, just not looking good at all besides running the ball. And that's what Lamar Jackson, the running back, does best. And up against the Indianapolis Colts, this is going to be another tough test for Lamar, but I think he passes it and plays well in this one up against the Indianapolis Colts. A bounce-back game for him. At number 7, we got Justin Herbert going up against the Las Vegas Raiders. Horsecock Herbert in this one is in for another big game because we all know this defense blows hog later in the game. Once it goes to the second half of the game, Justin Herbert's defense chokes a fucking schlong the size of Nick Foles's, which is 9 inches. just plays awful. So that means Justin Herbert will have a big game here because the defense will fuck him in the ass and he'll have to crawl his way back into this one. Justin Herbert, quarterback 7 on the week. At number 8, we have Matty Ice Baby. Dun 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 dun. Going up against the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos and Justin Herbert had a nice tit-for-tat matchup which in the end, Horsecock Drew Lock ended up winning, and Matt Ryan has looked all right thus far this season. He has had those spurts of looking good, had the spurts of looking bad, but I think he's going to give a spurt of his fucking semen all over the Denver Broncos defense. I got him at number 8. At number 9, we have Tampa Bay Tom Brady going up against the New Orleans Saints, the rematch from week 1 where Tom Brady scored the first touchdown by rushing it in and then got his ass fucked in by the New Orleans Saints defense. I think that's going to be the flippity-floppity of what happens in this one. I think Tom Brady's going to look very good. He's been hot the last couple of games, and I think Brady's going to look good again here against the New Orleans Saints. At number 10, we have Big Ben Roethlisberger going up against the Dallas Cowboys. Soft serve matchup in Jerry's world for Big Ben Roethlisberger. The Dallas Cowboys defense sucks fucking cock, so I think Big Ben's going to be able to air it out and dissect that defense like he's a high school biology teacher, and the Dallas Cowboys defense is a frog. At number 11, we got Ryan Tannehill going up against the Chicago Bears. Now, last week, I was so wrong on Ryan Tannehill. I looked like I had drank multiple shots of tequila before I hopped on here and told you Ryan Tannehill was going to be a top 4 guy because he looked like he had many shots of vodka. The whole offense did before the fucking game because they played like shit. The offensive line was a turnstile. The Cincinnati Bengals were able to pressure them when in reality the Cincinnati Bengals have a terrible defense, and the Bengals won that game. But Ryan Tannehill won't let it get by him, won't let him get stressed. He'll go ahead here up against the Chicago Bears and look pretty good at quarterback 11. At number 12, we have Matty Snapback at the Minnesota Vikings. Now, does he play or does he not play? Who knows? I'm not too sure if Ryan Tannehill is going to end up playing in this game, but what I do know, or not Ryan Tannehill, if Matthew Stafford is going to end up playing in this game, but what I do know is if he does, I like him up against the Minnesota Vikings. This is typically the matchup that we see on Thanksgiving. Maybe it is a matchup we see on Thanksgiving just a couple of weeks from now. And speaking of Thanksgiving, make sure that if you guys do end up enjoying this video, thank me by hitting the subscribe button. I'm just kidding. Actually, I'm not kidding. Hit the subscribe button, but make sure to thank your guys' family for being great people. If you don't have anyone in your family that you like, obviously, you just be thankful. Try to be thankful for some other things, thank your people around you. Make sure that the people around you know that you love them, because at the end of the day, life is a bit too short to be able to just fucking piss off all these other people and to not treat them the way you want them to be treated and to just overall be nice. I know I'm just some kind of fucking asshole who talks about fantasy on the internet, talks about guys getting fucked in the ass, but in reality, make sure you guys cherish your moments on Earth because, your days could be numbered. You never fucking know. Knock on wood. None of you guys are going to die recently or soon. It's just, I'm just letting you guys know. Make sure you guys are nice to other people because that's what you should do. And again, we're talking about fantasy fucking football. The people you don't need to be nice to are your league mates because you're going to fucking raw dog them this week. And that's on me. We're going to do that this week. So make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button after my nice rant about being nice to other people. Now, quarterbacks 13 through 20. We got Derek Carr at number 13 going up against the Los Angeles Chargers. Again, Chargers defense not very good later in the game. Derek Carr has looked pretty good thus far this season, so I like him here up against the LA Chargers. He'll creep up to be the 12th quarterback if Mr. Matthew Snapback does not suit up on Sunday. At number 14, we have Teddy Roosevelt going up against the Kansas City Chiefs. Teddy Two Gloves looked all right last week, did end up getting banged up. PJ Walker, XFL GOAT, ended up getting into the game, but this week he should be good to go up against the Chiefs. But the Chiefs do have a tough defense, so I have him. I'd be hard-pressed to rank him inside the top 12, but in top 14 for a very safe quarterback on a weekly basis sounds all right to me. At number 15, we have Drew Brees going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Tom Brady. Now, he finally gets back the slant god, slant master, Mr. Crybaby, baby back bitch, Michael Thomas coming back into the lineup. Now, does that affect Drew Brees? Yes, it does. It makes him better, but it doesn't make him that much better considering the Bucs defense scares me to shit, and I think that Drew Brees ends up not playing too great in this one. At number 16, we have Wham Bam Cam Newton going up against the New York Football Jets. Now, if you saw this matchup and it was week number 2 of the season after Cam Newton was on a run after beating the Miami Dolphins, you would have thought, slap, dang, gummit, he's going to be a top 10 quarterback this week. That's what you would have thought. But in reality, Cam and the Patriots look awful. it is what it is. Quarterback 16 for Cam Newton. Easy matchup. Could do good, but I do not trust him. At number 17, we got Drew Lock going up against the Atlanta Falcons. Horsecock, Drew Lock, primo matchup for him. I actually kind of like him more than Cam Newton, but I feel like the upside for Cam might be a little bit higher, considering Drew Lock kind of looks dicey on a weekly basis. Up against the Atlanta Falcons is a great matchup for him, so he earns his spot here inside of the top 17. He earns his stripes because he's great, as Tony the Tiger would say. At number 18, we have, you like that, Kirk Cousins going up against the Detroit Lions. And Kirk Cousins was not liking it last week, handing the ball off to Dalvin Cook for not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 fucking tutties last week. Up against the Detroit Lions, we will see him air the ball out a bit more, but that doesn't mean he's going to put up a humongous big game. Number 19, we have my guy, Tua Tagovailoa, going up against the Arizona Cardinals on Sunday. If you guys check out the live stream, I'll be rocking my Tua jersey because we're going to go into Arizona and fucking rail the Arizona Cardinals, and you better believe that, but that's just the fan in me. In reality, I think Tua does get a lot more opportunity in this one to air the ball out, kind of like I spoke about earlier when we were talking about Kyler Murray. Does that mean Tua is going to be a top 10 quarterback this week? Probably not, but the rookie will get his opportunity here to air the ball out, so I like him at 19. And at number 20, Mr. Irrelevant for this video, obviously, you know, quarterbacks 21 through 32, much more relevant than him. Danny Dimes going up against the Washington football team. Now, the Washington football team's front seven scares the fuck out of me. It's going to scare Mr. Danny Fumbles as well, because when Chase Young is fucking 2 inches away from you about to hit you, you're probably going to see a shit stain crawl down Danny Jones's ass. But at the end of the day, Daniel Jones has looked pretty all right this season up against a in-division rival. I wouldn't be surprised if he put up 2 touchdowns in this one, which will cruise him to a top 20 spot this week, Danny Dimes. So thank you guys all for watching this video. This one was a bit shorter. We had a fun time today. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you beautiful bastards later in the tight end video. Make sure you guys check out the sponsor. Link down below in the description. I love you all. Have a great rest of your guys' day. Stay safe. Again, tell the ones around you that you love them, and I love you guys. Always remember that. Have a great rest of your guys' day. Hopefully we can hit 11,000 subscribers soon. I love you all. Very nice. Have a great rest of your guys' day. Good boy.